Namaste programs, welcome back to the stream and back to Disco Elysium. I found the workaround to get it to work. It was quite simple really. You just wait 5 minutes, possibly 10. For some reason it just stalls on loading, but it gets there in the end. But hey, I wasn't willing to do that on stream yesterday. I tested it afterwards and made sure it was running before I even hit start streaming today. So, it's been 4 months. It was October where I last played this. That's because Watchdog Legion and AC Valhalla and Cyberpunk dropped while I was doing my playthrough of this. But we're back. We're back. We're back. We're bad. We're an alcoholic cop again. I have no recollection. That was just yesterday. I quickly ducked in to see if it would load, which it did, so we might as well load that one. Well, let's see where we were at. I have no clue what was going on. Now, that's not probably a memory thing. 50% memory, 50% what the hell's going on in this game anyway. So here we are. Right. Okay, I have a pry bar and a yellow plastic bag because I was picking stuff up. That's right. Let's see what's going on with this stuff. Alright, let's go here first. We don't have any points. We do not have... Or do we? You do not have any points. Okay. Yeah, alright. Alright, yeah, there was all that. There was all this thing going on. Then there was all this stuff going on. Alright. So, sometime after 9 o'clock, what time is it? I have to get out of this screen to, it's almost 9 o'clock, alright. So what am I doing? I need to get a sad song on tape, don't know what that is. Keep searching for the caller, this may take some time. Track down your badge, no idea. Find a way to the secret passage. Use Kim's shortwave to run the serial number. I don't think Kim is with me, right? He's away for the time being. Ask around about the tattoos. Who else has access to the trash? Southwest across the canal. Start by going there. Southwest across the canal. I'm here right now. What did I do? I did something... Show me where it is? Oh, it does. Well, we can go back to these white checks eventually. Oh my god, I have no idea what I'm doing. Wait, so we talked to her, I guess. I guess because we're here, we'd finished talking to her?
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
She takes a sip from a silvery thermal cup. By the way, I've talked to Everett Clare. You have, she smiled carefully. And how did you like Mr. Clare? I didn't. He's a beautiful man, beautiful and just. Everett Clare is a hero of the workers' movement. He's the champion I've sworn fealty to. He's a bloated rainbow socialist. He's a recipe-stealing bitch, Doris. I can do business with him. For a socialist, he's reasonable. He's not the champion I have chosen. I wish to swear fealty. Who was Everett Clare? He was the fat dude over at the docks, I think. Fuck. It's not important if I liked him. I was doing my job. Maybe that one. Of course, detective. Excuse me for implying otherwise. Don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt worm myself. There's a pause. However, if you felt like passing some information... How could I stop you? Are we not human? Are we not curious to hear another person's take? It's only natural. We would only be, she smiles, gossiping. Conceptualization. Intellectually speaking, it would be quite interesting to hear what she has to say about these things. Electrochemistry. Tell her. She'll like you for it. Let's see. Mr. Everett is helping me find my gun. He asked me to open a door. He asked me to deliver an envelope. He asked me to deliver an envelope. Possibly, I don't remember. Sounds like he has you running errands, detective. A well-established dominance ritual, she thinks. Where did he have you deliver it? To a nameless settlement down the coast, nearby. Ah yes, I've been meaning to go there. She looks over the bay. Empathy. With longing, clear and simple longing. Strange. Why does she want to go there? He wants to build a youth centre here for the children of Martinez. You're quite fond of this village, aren't you? So you're sad you can't buy the place. You're quite fond of this village, aren't you? I should be, she nods. There's that crooked smile again. In my youth I had a brief dalliance here in Martinez. He was an older man with impossibly broad shoulders. He's probably dead by now. Even his shack is long gone. Not that it matters. These buildings are all carbon copies of one another. You've been to Martinez before? Yes, I was slumming it with some girlfriends of mine. We had boats and... She smiles. Don't hold it against me. My paramour certainly did not. Sounds like you missed those times. Not overly so. It's not like this was the only place we visited, me and my girlfriends from Ozone with our shiny boats like Reavers. We told ourselves we were the worst thing to happen to the coast since the coalition landed in '08. Imagine, she tosses her head. He wants to build a youth centre here for the children of Martinez. A youth centre with Edgar Clare's statue on top of it? Her eyes run across the water, remorsefully. Go ahead, help him. Make it so. I have no power to stop him. So you're sad you can't buy the place? Yes, I'm sad I will never have the time, Detective. I've always wanted a dilapidating fishing village. Rhetoric. She is more defensive about it than usual. Full of ghosts and ancient memories, she smiles. Has this errand yielded you any information? Aha. So we're doing all of these. Mr. Everard is helping me find my gun. Oh, her eyes become large and round. That's so helpful of him. So very, very helpful, she repeats. And how is that going? Do you have any leads on that gun? Mr. Everett says it's almost ready to be found soon. Did he now? Her eyes narrow. Well, then it should be any day now. Unless, of course, he's lying to you. Anyway, was there anything else you've heard? Perhaps he is... He asked me to open a door. A referral, you mean? I take it this was for someone in the RCM. She waves her hand. Don't answer that. No, I mean like a real door to someone's house. Oh my, a real door? I helped scare someone for Mr. Clare. It had to be done. I got information. It was useful to the case. That's good to hear, Detective. Police work is rarely pretty, but it sounds like you did what you had to do. Her bad logic, her martyring mind cannot fathom that you didn't ask anything in return. Union's militant wing organised the lynching. Everett says the Wild Pines sent mercenaries after the Union and now one's dead. Everett asked the Union's militant wing to fully cooperate with the investigation. He didn't seem at all worried about the whole conflict that's developing. That's all I got to say. Everett asked the Union's militant wing to fully cooperate with the investigation. How benevolent, she says, thinks for a second. Hopefully they'll help you sort this whole business out, if they haven't already. I've said all I can. Well, I hope it yields something, otherwise... I had a stroke. Well, I hope it yields something. Otherwise you will have opened that door for naught, she smiles. Anything else? The Union's militant wing organised the lynching. Yes, she leans slightly closer. That's the talk about town. The Hardy Boys, they're called. A crooked smile returns to her face. I find the name rather amusing, honestly. Everett said the Wild Pines sent mercenaries after the Union, and now one's dead. The company did not send mercenaries after the Union. I told you in great detail about the mistakes my side made, and of course I accept them completely. I just hope you don't share Everard's view on things. After all, as he said, one's dead now. The Pines certainly hasn't killed any of theirs. Let's keep it that way, she means to add, but then doesn't. He didn't seem at all worried about the whole conflict that's developing. I wouldn't have taken Everard for a saber rattler. He was surrounded by Union men he wanted to impress. No, it was more like he wanted things to get worse, in secret of course. We were alone. He seems very sure of his ability to keep things in control. He wasn't trying to impress anyone. I think he wants things to escalate. You're right, he was probably just showing off to me. He wasn't trying to impress anyone. I think he wants things to escalate. Or he wants you and me to believe he wants to go to war. Maybe he was manipulating me. I'll think it over, Detective. Thank you for relaying this information to me. I'm such a snitch. Logic. Have I underestimated the Union's ferocity? She has to ask herself by now. That's all I've got to say. What you said is quite enough. You have given me a lot to consider and may have helped me prevent this conflict from escalating. I'd rather talk about something else for now, if you don't mind. Of course, Detective, she simmers down. Should something come up later down the road, don't be afraid to drop by for a chat. Until then, is there anything I can help you with? I've got some more questions about reality. I've probably already asked all of this. I have. Very low 3%. Is it a white check? It's a white check, so I can do it again. 3% though. Oh, that's a white check. You may retry it. Jamais vu, thought complete. What is reach for something fundamental? The survey says yes. What is all of this? The scent, the sound, the air. What world is this? What world? The fading pearls of her eyes look to the sea. The only one, I suppose. The world of matter and its pale antipode. Inland Empire. The camera of her mind glides over the surface of the water. What do you see? Great bodies of water, forest-covered surfaces, clusters of light where the cities lie. You've seen the montage, we all have. This world is enough, she concludes. It must be. This is the greatest and kindest arrangement the atoms had in them. Shivers. A frisson lifts the hair on the back of your arm. Wind sweeps the surface of the bay. The best of all possible worlds. Indeed, there is a term of endearment they coined for it. In the DeLorean century, when humanity was high on this world, discovering more and more of it, these archipelagos included... What is it? Elysium. Elysium. The world needs a term of endearment. This world does not deserve a term of endearment. Elysium. This world needs a term of endearment. It does. There are those who would call it hell. What is hell? A term of hatred that originates, like many such things, with the Mesk petro-fascists. I don't feel like I've got the whole picture yet. I've got a clear picture. Let's proceed to another term. I don't feel like I've got the whole picture yet. Oh, you want a picture of the world? She raises her fingers to her lips. There is no complete set yet, dear. They're having some trouble reaching orbit. How come? Great things are difficult to achieve. For now, we're viewing the world from the inside, sideways. Inside sideways? What shape is this world then? We used to think that it was a sphere, but that is beginning to look less and less likely by the day. You wouldn't know it from the tabloids, but the ORG nations have been launching weather balloons into the lower ionosphere since the 30s. ORG, Occidental Retrograde. There is steadily increasing trickle of images. Between the big three scientific contributors, they're piecing together a dark grey corona. A dark grey corona? Yes, she pauses. Pale covers 72% of the surface. There are grey flares and prominences, even arcs above entire isolas. The images are blurry, but if there was a sphere in there, it certainly looks like it fractured a long time ago. Half-light. A cold fear seeps into you. Oh my god, wait, what the hell are you telling me? The pale? What do you mean corona? Oh my god, wait, what the hell are you telling me? You seem to be spooked. Please don't be. Her voice becomes homely, calm. She lets a moment pass. The pale? And what do you mean corona? They say there is a rarefied envelope of matter surrounding the darkened disk of our planet. That is, if we are still living on a planet. Or, to speak more plainly, imagine vast swathes of land disrupted by nothingness. I am sorry, dear, she looks around. It must sound quite terrifying through the acute encephalopathy. Even scientific positivism isn't entirely convinced about what we're dealing with here. But this is one of the great questions of our time. Maybe when they get the complete set together, it will jolt us out of our rut, bring us together, however naive it may sound. A fractured corona doesn't feel like it's going to bring anyone together. Okay, and then everything will be okay? You have misimagined it. I don't have the power to convey to you the effect and geometry of the images that depict our world from below low orbit. It's... She looks up. It's like the crowning of the world. It's insane. Very disco. You'd love it. Well, if you say it's disco. Doesn't sound like any disco I'd like to go to. I don't care about disco. I only care about the commune. No, well, if you say it's disco. See, everyone finds something worth holding onto in this world, however wasted its opportunities. Shivers. The cold seeps into you. The air is heavy with 80% humidity. Inland Empire. Suddenly, you're conscious of yourself standing there on whatever this all is. Your arms hang down by your sides. What is pale? The pale is not, technically speaking, part of reality. It's the opposite of reality. Okay, but what is it? A definition? Okay, she concedes. The Pale is the most dominant geological feature of the world, detective. The separative tissue between the isolas. It's the interisolary mass. Wait, what is an isola? Isola is a Messinian word for a continent of matter enveloped on all sides by the Pale. Also, isolation, or landmass. We used to believe there was only one. In the last 4 centuries, we have discovered 7. Mundi, Seol, Samara. Is that an I or an L? Ilimara, Grad, Katla, and this, Insulinde. And Insulinde is an oceanic isola. It comprises mostly of water. Mundi is the largest, Katla the coldest, Insulinde the bluest. What can I say? She stops. Each is perishing and dear. Okay, what is the Pale like? Achromatic, odorless, featureless. The Pale is the enemy of matter and life. It is not like any other or anything in the world. It is the transition state of being into nothingness. The negation of being. The negation of? That's right, the negation of being. She tightens her hood around her neck. It's cold outside. Is it here? Look around. What are its physical qualities? If we're surrounded by Pale, how do we get from isola to isola? How much Pale is there compared to the world? Is it here? No, detective, we're safe. She points to the sea. It begins there, 6,000 kilometers to the north, and even more to the south, east, and west. You are in the middle of the isola. And, point north there. An uproar of matter, darling, rising into the Pale, rolling, evaporating even. A great vision. The area of transition between the world and the Pale is called porch collapse. Imagine a grey coronal mist, cold vapour marked by spores of an opportunistic microorganism, a mould that's adapted to grow at the edge of the unrest. It's... She closes her eyes and breathes out heavily. The most disco thing you will ever see. This game, man. This game. I need some water. All this reading. All this reading. It's crazy. Crazy for the throat. But I need to practice. Got to get into voice work, I reckon. What are its physical qualities? It's difficult to describe or even measure something whose fundamental property is the suspension of properties, physical, epistemological, linguistic. The further into Pale you travel, the steeper the degree of suspension, right down to the mathematical numbers stop working. No one has yet passed the number barrier. It may be impossible. If we're surrounded by Pale, how do we get from isola to isola? Oh, it is... Her lungs deflate, her words sound like a sigh. So difficult for us. Perception. A squall of birds, hardware operating in the harbour, firm, self-evident. It is possible to force dimensions on the Pale. In modern times we can even compress its latitude, bouncing radio waves from one end to the other, shortening the path. It is still hard for humans to navigate the Pale without getting lost, or having our minds damaged. The Pale can damage the mind? Extensively. How? Some say the damage stems from extreme sensory deprivation. Others argue that Pale somehow consists of past information. That's degrading. That it's rarefied past, not rarefied matter. They call it the blend over the self. The Pale does not only suspend the laws of physics, but also the laws of psychology, maybe history even. The human mind becomes over-radiated by past. Rhetoric. Who says and who argues? Alright, who says and who argues? The logical positivists say, the dialectical materialists argue. What does this over-radiation feel like? It feels terrible, absolutely terrible. International standards strictly limit civilian travellers to 6 days of Pale exposure per year. Logic. It's more for her, way more. You're not a civilian passenger. No, nameless detective of the Citizens Militia. I am a member of the Entropanetic business class. I'm cleared and trained for 22 days of Pale transit annually. Logic. Someone else you've met may have been exposed as well. The strange grey-haired woman in her lorry. Do lorry drivers pass the Pale? Yes, carried in the hulls of airships, she nodded. It's a horrific job, automation will abolish it soon. Reaction speed. You should ask the Pale driver about this. See what she says. Definitely. We'll try to remember to do that. Are you overradiated? Up to my gills, officer. What is entropanetic? Entropanetics, she corrects, is the scientific study of the Pale, or a recent iteration of it by way of grad. The study of the Pale reaches back 6,000 years. The Pericarnassians called it the Western Plain. Rhetoric. They had not travelled the entire circumference of the Pericarnassian superinsular. It was not merely in the west, it was everywhere, even then surrounding them. Did they cross it, the Western Plain? There are signs of pre-to-modern crossings. Successful navigation of the Pale relies not just on technical know-how, but extensive knowledge, psychological preparation. Some of these tactics have been known for thousands of years. What has entropinetics changed then? Well, nothing. We remain powerless before the Pale. The only real advance in Pale transit is the speed with which aerostatic craft can pierce it. Less exposure leads to less effects later. Aerostatic craft? Hybrid airships detective. Conventional rotors or jet engines no longer add velocity after the point of reference for motion is suspended, once you've crossed from near Pale to far Pale. In essence, we throw them in and they come out the other end, if we throw them precisely. If we do not, then they don't. Visual calculus gone, like a skipping stone beneath the surface. How much Pale is there compared to the world? The Pale outweighs reality 2 to 1. There is more Pale than there is matter, and the ratio is slipping. Slipping how? To our detriment, or what do you think, detective? She looks you in the eye. It's shrinking. There is more and more of the world. It's growing. There is more and more of the Pale. It's growing. Precisely. One of the few measurable effects of the Pale is that it is expanding at an unknown rate. An intuitive conclusion of that development is that one day the Pale will cover everything, but this sort of talk is mostly left to extremists. Cover everything? That can't be. Where would we go? Most people, and indeed most private and government sector organisations, entire civilizations and religions even, find handy ways to ignore or downplay that knowledge. I suggest you do the same. My God, this is a depressing one. How do you come up with this world? Who wrote this? You're insane. Insanely talented. Let's return to reality, please. Yes, sweet reality, she stomps her foot. But before we do, tell me, detective, is this the first time you're hearing this? Do you really not remember anything? Nothing, just alcohol fumes and blackout. I sometimes sense vague shadows of a past, and it's not good. I'm getting a sense of who I am, but no, I didn't know this. Nothing, just alcohol fumes and blackout. Then tell me, what do you think of the Pale? It's terrifying. You were right, it's disco. It will end all life. That we continue to persist at all is a testament to our faith in one another. It's okay. You're right, it's disco. Her eyes tense. Crow's feet radiate from them. She observes you, your bloodshot eyes and swollen face. You really didn't know. This does not spell good for the investigation, detective. If you don't know even this, then... She stops mid-sentence. I'll handle it. It's under control. This investigation will be my masterpiece, the one they remember me by, I promise. Yes, I'm in serious trouble here. It'll be a fucking disaster, I know it. All those people will die. Yes, I'm in serious trouble here. Your colleague, Lieutenant Kitsuragi, is competent. I checked up on him. And you have me. I will try to assist you in any way I can. Empathy. Some of that assurance is meant for herself as much as it's meant for you. She must have a lot on the line here. Secret task complete. Talk to Joyce about the Pale without Kim. Gained experience. Level up. Even when we have to do it one basic term at a time, she gives you a slight bow. 3%. I mean, we might as well try it in case we hit it. Nope. Didn't do it. That's all for now. Thank you. Glad to have been assistance. The little that I know. Anything else? Thank you. That's all for now. Right. Drama. Wow, so someone's been a little boring. What? Yes, my standard liege. Someone's been all sorts of wild ideas pop up and thought, I'll take the boring one, the regular please, the brown. I like brown. I like standard. Look, I'm just trying to do my job. No need for extravagance. What is this? Picking on me for not being crazy enough? That's the least of my concerns. That one. No need to be defensive. The regularity, the brownness, the cut and dry have their appeal. A very standard appeal. Look, I'm just trying to do my job. No need for extravagance. Of course you do. Let's get right to it. My lord's copper type is regular cop. I'll let everyone know. I'll send out a telefax. Wait. This will be my coppo type now? Why not? Yes, the type of cop you are, sire. Think of it as a caste, a class even, a nation of regular law officials that you belong to. It comes, of course, with the usual benefits. Yeah, no need. I don't want to be a regular cop. Yeah, no need. Let's keep that announcement on standby for now. Opt out. Good, good, of course. To outright declare yourself something does seem a bit too interesting now, doesn't it? I won't trouble you any further. You're an asshole, drama. Always bringing the drama, huh? Skill points. Alright, do I want to upgrade any of this, or do I need to do another one of these? Let's see. The Jamrock Shuffle we're doing. We do have another one we could have, which is Kitsaragi. Empathy. But I just sort of feel like... I don't know what I feel like. I feel like if I want to... There's going to be a certain point where I need more empathy towards Kim. And maybe this is not the time. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm just going on... Alright, can we eternalize? There we go. Let's do aces low as well. So, what have we managed to do here? Tasks done. Talk to Joyce. Lieutenant Kitsuragi does not want you to hear about something called the Pale, probably thinking it will prove traumatic. Return to Joyce once he's not there and ask her about it, or get him to step away for a second. Well, that was a hidden quest. So, make truce. Smokes, a man from Heimdall book? No. Investigate doomed commercial area. Search for the malignant entity. I had to find a way in. That rings a bell. That's after 1 o'clock. 9 o'clock, I mean. That was... I sort of remember where that was now. Joyce's info on the lynching. There is something she wants to tell you. You just have to present her with your badge to hear it. Or perhaps if you did her a favour, she could waive off the formality. Whatever the case, you need to know what she knows. Right, I don't have a badge and I obviously haven't done her a favour, apparently. Ask the little girl in the fishing village. Add more... Okay, add government... Find government marked heavy fuel oil and return to the wall. Did I not already do that? Brush. Because I remember thinking I need to go... What's this? I've already done that, so okay, fine. I needed to go back to the traffic jam at the roundabout because I thought that's where the oil was, but then maybe I did that and couldn't find it. Prove your authority to Titus Hardy. Talk to Titus and establish authority. And get 2 signatures for Everett. Get Isabel and Lillian in the nameless fishing village down the coast to sign Everett's document. Alright, okay, we're good. We're good here. We're Gucci. We're after 9 o'clock, so... We're after 9 o'clock, so we're going to head and see if we can talk to the person on the balcony, which I think was through here, possibly. I get up through here, don't I? Hang on, wait a minute. Is it tab that does stuff? Yeah, it is. Okay. I don't remember where the stairs up are. Maybe over here? Maybe not. Hello, have we talked? I think we have talked.
Give me a moment.
Okay, we have. Is it through here? Oh, that's the balcony there. I am a fool. Oh, that was just there. Okay. Well, that would have been the quicker way to go. To the balcony. Oh, that's not the balcony I thought I was heading to. We've chatted, haven't we? Yeah. Right, she's the one who gave me the paintbrush. How do I get to this smoker's balcony? Maybe I've misread it. Okay, hang on a second. The smoker on the balcony. You met a mysterious stranger smoking on the balcony of the apartment building north of Martinez. He knows something about them. apartment 28 is what I'm supposed to be looking for. Let's go back here. I don't. How do I know what apartment is which? This locked door. The number says 10. That's not the one. That was Kuno's apartment, wasn't it? No, okay. Balcony. Where are you, apartment 28, if indeed you do exist? That's some Ooh, what's going on here? You hear distant traffic. Night is falling on the city. A maroon glow of light pollution rises to the east. Fascinating. What's this door? This door is locked. This is where they were smoking. 28. The door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security. No one answers. Logic. Looks like he isn't home. You should come back tomorrow evening after... Okay. Because I already did it today. Is that what you're telling me? Is that what you're telling me, game? Alright. You're gonna be a pain in the ass like that. We'll try it tomorrow. Yeah, Kutsuragi, I know about the pail now. So let's, I don't think there's much to talk to these.
Sneak up on me again? Trying to snuff me out? Get away, pig.
Yes, ma'am. Head back to the hotel, maybe? Although I haven't found a way into this thing. Oh no, I've got to keep on the lookout for money, because I don't have much money, do I? Although I think I managed to settle my account somehow, from memory. They're locked up for the night. Good to know. Is there a way in here? Don't think so. Yeah, I've already done all these. Okay, let's go back into the hotel, see if we can talk to the whatchamacallit boys about why they killed that poor man. Okay, we've got her again. Have we moved this on at all?
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time?
She crosses her arms. Are you the hardy girl? I am not, she says dryly. Glenn, you could be Liz. You could be anything. You could even be a model. Even, her face stiffens. Glenn, I went to law school. I'm an attorney. Electrochemistry. He's right. With a face like that, she could be on the cover of La Debutante International. He's right, you know. You're very pretty. Get a grip, Glenn. She went to law school. So fucking what? Lots of models are actually really smart people. Fuckwad. No, Glenn, they aren't. Her tone is cold and uninvolved. Rhetoric. This didn't change her opinion of you. Drama. It's not her. She's not a hardy girl. Definitely. Okay. Can we talk to him again?
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Let's see. That's no good. Me and Everett talked. He promised you cooperate. Oh, so you went and talked to my mummy, and now she's making me play with you, he spits. Is that it, lawman? And what's going to happen if we don't? The little guy leans forward. You going to go and tell on us? Very mature guys. Everett sent word. Why don't you push me some more and find out, Gimp? I would never tell on someone. Let's change that. Very mature guys. Everett sent word, right? Yeah, I heard him. The fuck do you think I'm doing here? You'd have your ass handed to you if it wasn't for the boss man's word. Let me state this very clearly, Coppo. He clears his throat and declares, "Hello, officer. I'm Titus Hardy, and these are my boys. Hardy boys. How may we assist you?" Rhetoric. It would take an army to blend Titus to its will, but having Everett back you up like that did seem to have some effect. Oh, we're up to 42%. It's still... yeah. I want to talk about the hanging again. Again, just get the dead guy's autograph since you're his biggest fan. A burst of laughter in the room. The little guy is the loudest. "Good one, Titus," he fawns. Nope, already asked all those questions. Should we try a 42%? Fuck it. Damn it. Establish authority. Yes, authority. Feverish thoughts race through your mind. Okay, first you tell me someone's been raped, and then you say, don't say who. That's bullshit. Stomp your feet. I'm the only thing keeping this town from going to hell when you're not helping. Point your finger. Have I done this before and got killed? I need Kim and his gun here for my demonstration. That's it? That's all I got? Did you already try the gun thing? I hear the gun thing is excellent and has great results. Yeah, I think I did and it ended the game. You're probably right. The others are only there for filler to make the gun thing pop. I need Kim and his gun here for my demonstration. The fuck are you talking about, gun? He asks angrily. No one's going to let you wave a gun around here. So, alright. The only thing keeping this town from going to hell... I'm the only thing keeping this town from going to hell, and you're not helping. Point your finger. And what exactly is it you've been doing that's so goddamn special? Shitting yourself in front of us? He leaned in. Going around harassing kids on the street? Kids who have done nothing wrong? All the while talking racist shit? Don't think we aren't watching fascia. People here trust us. We're getting complaints. Fascia, that's short for fascists. Yeah, no shit. I don't even have a gun. What are you talking about? Guns are the only thing you have. Waving them around old ladies' faces, trying to gun down kids. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is because we failed. Carly said they've been trying to set up a mass execution. He shakes his head in disdain. Bulk purchasing guns. Ammunition, too. Jamrock Sharpful nearly in. I can believe that, he nods. Carly works in a gun shop, you see. Oh my god, the art. They're using it against you. This is all a twisted fantasy. Please don't set up a mass execution. You'll never be able to pull it off. The logistics alone are insane. Just ask questions. Be a normal cop. Alright, I'm going to take off for now. So still can't do that, dude. The Jamrock Shuffle is complete. In a way, yes, you are treasure hunting. Most officers from Precinct 41 do what is called the Jamrock Shuffle, cracking open containers. Most of them are from Jamrock or Coal City, the poorest parts of Rover, and also overlap with the network of royal catacombs called Le Royaume, just beneath the streets. As children, you would all go underground, hoping to find treasure and come back with a rat's tail or a used needle. That playful curiosity must still be in you. Who knows, maybe one day the Orbe de Montagne, the Holy Scepter, and the Cocaine Skull will all be yours. Find better loot in locked containers. Nice. Excellent. Find better loot in locked containers. So what does all this give me? All intellect learning caps raised by 1. 1 XP for every orb clicked. Okay. Shivers, the third presence. Learning cap for Shivers. More money from selling tar. Reveals extra special collected edition tar bottles on the map. Bonuses from the thought. All endurance white checked. Okay, well, we've got a lot of stuff. A lot of shit shit be real, that's for sure. Okay. So, that needs to be done tomorrow. I couldn't find 2 people. Yeah, I need to go out here and see if I can talk to that truck driver and see if there's any oil. Hello, which was the truck driver I meant to talk to, though? Is there anything around here, like oil barrels or something? I did think I saw something ages ago and then decided I couldn't find it again, but... Is this the truck driver? Pale driver.
Me at an opportune moment. This awful weather gives me away. You gotta tell me with your questions.
Now, it said before I should talk to the pale driver. I've got nothing new here. About the pail. What do you mean? You blacked out. Should you be driving a lorry if you get like that? Because I'm one of the best camioners around. That's why. I drive routes no one else will. Lomonos's land, blah blah blah. She nodded because I think couple cock, and we've already seen all this. Cool, ride to your dust, sister. I already am dust. None of these got anything to do. Wait, okay, what did I say there? You don't know what you're hauling in your own lorry? I quit concerning myself with that a long time ago. She smiles a careless smile. Besides, I don't drive the lorry for the cargo. If you know what I mean. She says that if something narcotic is the real reason. Wait, you get high off driving a lorry? Oh, it's so much more than high. Where I go, Zerif, it's low. I go to the bottom. She closes her eyes in reverie. Yeah, it's definitely some kick. Some terrible kick. The pail, probably. This pail sounds like it's the shit. What if the cargo is contraband? Then it's contraband, lawman. What? Do you want to take an old woman in? Be my guest. Lock me away like bad hand Hermenegildo. Hermenegildo. Bad hand Hermenegildo's bad hand strangled 300 people. What can I say? Some people just really like strangling people. Okay, well there was nothing to do with the pail there, so keep looking around for oil drums. Guard of magnets. Alright, I've already done that. Maybe a save is in order. What are we up to? 42? The answer to life, the universe, and everything. Anything over here? Okay, alright. Wait, where's the shop up here? Isn't there a shop up here? There it is. Frita with 3 T's. Is it that I can use to sell stuff? Have I got any tear? Excuse me, I have the tear bag but no tear. Can I still use the tear machine? No, she doesn't even bother looking up at her magnet. You need tear to use the tear machine. Pretty clear. Alright, so apart from finding this fishing village, maybe I'll just sleep and try to get to the next day. Probably bring Kitsuragi back, maybe? What are we doing? What are we doing? Just double check there's nothing really obvious that we can do. Don't know where I do that. I can't do him yet. I keep failing it. Government marked heavy fuel oil. No idea where that is. Alright. Southwest across the canal. So that's down here somewhere? Have I been over here at all? Let's just go for a wander. It's not the middle. It's a bit early to be going to bed, surely. See what we can do heading southwest. There. Oh no, I needed to come over here. Is there a road over here? Yes, follow the road. You fool, you damn fool. That dude. Is this where I saw the oil drums or something? I feel like I saw some oil drums at one point. Maybe he sold them?
Happy shopping, officer. Everything's cool here.
I had not talked to this guy before. What's so cool?
Everything's cool. The goods are cool, the customers are cool, the place is cool. And one more thing, officer.
Shivers. From out on the bay, a cool wind gathers. It sweeps into the city, tugging at the textiles hanging around the stand. Some distance away, the sound of a tin can clattering across the street can be heard.
You're very cool.
He makes both hands into finger pistols and fires a few finger bullets into the air. You feel a twitch in your index finger. There's a finger shootout brewing. Whip him out.
Shoot, officer. Have we got an arrest here, or just a shakedown?
Raises his arm in mock alarm. A shakedown.
Good one, officer. You're a funny guy. Now, what can I do for you?
He nods towards his shabby wares. This isn't a joke. Give me your money. I need money. Just kidding. I'm really here to shake you down for some answers to official police questions.
Fire away, officer.
He settles back into the pile of boxes he's sitting on. I'm sure I've talked to this guy before. Well, maybe it's a different guy at night. Getting comfortable. 58%. What kind of stuff are you selling here? Only the coolest goods in Revachol. I've got sneakers, speakers, extremely comfortable pants too. Try them on right here. No shame, only freedom. Where'd you get those comfy pants? I'm an entrepreneur, officer. He begins counting on his fingers. I've got sources, buyers, suppliers, distributors, manufacturers, wholesalers, all extremely cool and above board. Do you have a permit to sell all that? Good joke, officer. Here we don't have permits, just economic freedom. Take a look around. He takes a deep breath. Perception. You glance around the decrepit buildings, the miserable weather, the sidewalks strewn with sunflower seeds and the dust-choked air. It's beautiful. Beautiful freedom. Sweet. No permits means less work for me. Let's move on. That's right. Revachol is the best place for an independent self-employer like myself. That's why it's so cool with all the models coming here and cool celebrities. He smiles his bright toothpaste ad smile. Is there a discount for cool officers like me? No need for discounts at Sealang's, officer. Everything's already on sale. He nods towards the crate. Anything you want, 50% off. Logic. But did he first mark them up 100% so he could put them on sale? No use prying. Yes, it's a business secret. Let him keep it. That's all then. Let me ask you something else. The food packages you're selling have humanitarian aid written on them. How come? You mean these delicious pre-packaged shelf-stable meal kits? Really easy to cook, no hassle. Really cheap too. Buy some. Try them out. No hassle. There's a little of hassle here, it appears. A moral hassle. Doesn't that beat the idea of humanitarian aid? It's supposed to be free. That's what makes it humanitarian. I think one said not for resale on the packaging. Don't play games with me, Hawker. What's going on? No problem here, officer. I get all this from one of my suppliers, an extremely reputable guy. Wait, Humanox, humanitarian aid. Does your supplier drive that Humanox lorry over there? Point at the lorry with the big Humanox sign on it. What? The street vendor looks over his left shoulder and stares at the lorry as though he's never seen a lorry in his entire life. A convincing performance. Bravo. Look, officer, I'm just the retailer. You'd have to talk to my supplier if you've got questions about the supply chain. That's how the game works. Where are you from, Sealang? Me, it's a boring story, officer. Who cares about the past? I'm all business now. All Revachol. Encyclopedia. This band probably comes from Seagay, sometimes known as the Apricot Suzerainty, an archipelago in the Samaran Isla. But you're not a local, are you? Very sharp, officer. I'm Therese, from the Seagay province of the Therese Empire. The Apricot Suzerainty, you know. Apricot Suzerainty calls to mind an era when the Seagay archipelago was colonized by Revachol. It's a bit of a slur, in other words. Isn't that name kind of insensitive? Very cool, the street vendor nods, his eyebrows furrowed. I admire your awareness of our intertwined histories. It's super nice of you to apologize for colonialism, but the Apricot Suzerainty is a shithole, that's why I left. Right, but isn't it only a shithole because of Revachol? You're welcome, I do try to be supportive of other peoples and cultures. I don't know why I'm talking about... Right, but isn't it only a shithole because of Revachol? He smiles brightly. If you say so, officer. I don't worry too much about politics. I'm an entrepreneur, you know. Whatever's good for business is good for me. Right. Oh. We've got to 72%. Well, let's persuade him to give me some money. Failure. No need to dress this one up. Just tell him what you want. I want your money, now. Oh, okay, Sealang stops, his face suddenly serious. But why, officer? Because I want you to bribe me. I'm a police officer, remember? That's what you're supposed to do around here. I don't know. It was just the only thing I could come up with in my head to ask you. I need to get money somehow. Ah, yes, money is very important, the street vendor nods, dead serious. You see, I'm an honest entrepreneur. I can't help you if you don't give me a good reason as to why I should. Sorry, detective. The man grins as if the entire incident is already forgotten. Failed a 72%. Just my luck. And what have we got going on here? Finger pistols. -2 savoir-faire while we're training it. You were promised a gun, that much is certain. This is why you became a cop. Yet here you are, loitering around with idle hands like some sorry-ass loser from the street. Suddenly you're supposed to be solving cases by what? Like talking to people? How are they going to believe that you can protect yourself and them from savages without a firearm? This ain't right. You need to think around this problem, and you need to snap your fingers at people to do so. Right. Not sure I need that one. Doesn't really seem to... What's going on over here? Dribble between the thighs of a page 3 girl. L'origine du disco. Fair enough. This is that... Is this some junk shop or something? Yeah, this woman who has apparently told the Hardy Boys that I want... No, this man wanted a gun.
Kane. How can I help you?
97%. Is Roy high? And if yes, then what is he on? Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light while the mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard. He's probably on Pyrrolion. Pyrrolidon. It's tough to come by on the streets. Pyrrolidon? What's that? A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow. Is it just me or is it really warm in here? Sir, could you take off your sunglasses? I'd like to check your eyes. So where does a man get Pyrrolidon these days? He takes a step back, studying you. How would I know? Pretty obviously under the influence, sir. No judgment, just curious. I probably did loads of Pyrrolidon before I lost my memory. Chill out, man. I'm a chill cop who just wants some of what you're having. Wink. I didn't mean to offend you. Wink? He frowns. Pyrrolidon is just something since the People's Pile disaster, he coughs as if to mark his words. I was with the emergency relief brigade. Had to take it for radiation sickness. Pain threshold. He's taking it for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days. The People's Pile? What's that? A bad idea. Some poor leftist built a particle decay generator in hopes of bringing affordable electricity to underserved communities. It malfunctioned. Radioactive waste everywhere. Okay. Too many R's, too many W's. Radioactive waste everywhere. Probably some of it in you, too. Encyclopedia. The People's Pile was a Type U particle decay generator that failed immediately after entering service, releasing radioactive waste into River Esperance. What is a particle decay generator? A primitive nuclear reactor, also called a pile. Why is it called the People's Pile? Construction began during the commune of Revachol. The people continued work on it after the commune fell. They wanted a cheap source of energy for Revachol West. Needless to say, things didn't work out. Why did it fail? An emergency valve defect resulted in steam pressure blowing the turbine, taking the fuel containment vessel up in the explosion. Both the faulty design and lack of finances contributed to the catastrophe. Tell me more about this emergency relief brigade you were part of. He points at the white triangle on his orange safety jacket. We were an all-volunteer force, self-organized, tried to help fire brigades contain the spill. On the patch, gamma radiation lines crossed with a red drop of blood. I lived by the river since I was a small boy. The Esperance didn't have the heart to let it all go to shit without trying to do something to help out. There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud, years getting sick. He looks at the spiraling light and stops. It must have been tough, radioactive cleanup. He hesitates. There's a reason why everyone tried to forget any of it ever happened, and why no one has tried to repair or replace the pile. So much disappointment and early deaths, cancer mostly, and we all knew that was coming even as we were cleaning up as best we could. Whose fault was it that the generator failed? No one's, everyone's. He sighs and shakes his head. So much bitterness. Bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor hoping for the best. What do you think is going to happen? How did you end up running a pawn shop? The cleanup happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later my second aunt died, left me this shack and this sort of junk in it. So I came to Martinez. People told me to don't go there. It's a shithole. I said, people, we just had a nuclear pile meltdown. I'm going to get as far away from Forberg as I can. Still in the same city, but he shrugs. Thank you for telling me. He shrugs. I like theory more than story. Outward movement, not vortices. Yeah, you got to get in those vortices, man. Can you share your Pieholidon with me? Have you tried it before? I think I've tried it once and liked it. Here you go, man. He presents a large cap-shaped object on the palm of his hands. Very odd looking. Yes, darling, that's the coalition government ordained Pieholidon. Straight into your gut. Thanks, man. Take the Pieholidon. He looks down. Of course. I wanted to ask about my missing gun again. Have people from Everett Clare's Union come here to track the gun? Maybe. Shady looking guys came in here yesterday looking like they'd just taken off their Wild Pines overalls. They asked if I have a police weapon to sell. I told them I already sold it. They went their way. It was a trip, but you know, all sorts of people come here asking for all sorts of things. People as oleaginous as Everett seem like they're lying even when they're really being truthful. Thanks for the review. Let's talk about something else. Sure, man. I have other business to take care of now. Okay. I have now got some Pieholidon for plus psyche -1 health. Well, if I need plus psyche at some point, I guess I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay, how do we get further southwest? The bridge that's not open. How do we get over this bridge? We're down here. There's the bridge. That looks like there might be a way across there. Ah, it's closed as well. Man on waterlock. Further down the coast, fishing area. But how do I... Alright. Oh, I see there's a box here. Waterlock control panel. A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever, beneath it a small metal plaque. Visual calculus. This panel usually closes the water lock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal, but there is a crash Samaran butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever probably won't do anything. Probably in quotes. Pull the lever up. You pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks against the contact pins. You hear a soft clunk, then nothing happens. Push it harder. Nothing happens. A cold gust of wind blowing in from the sea interrupts the silence of the situation. Man on waterlock. The man watches you in silence, very slowly cutting off another slice of his salami and putting it into his mouth. Release the lever. Close the waterlock on Wednesday. A spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the waterlock to get across the canal, some other way. Perception. Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning? Ah, I seem to remember that sign then. What's this lever that does nothing? It's supposed to operate the water lock, but as noted, it's all junk right now, disabled because of the blockage. Why is it disabled? Safety measure. Turns out the panel needs a special key to be reactivated. Wouldn't want anyone moving the water lock with debris still in the channel. It'll be restarted on Wednesday morning. He nods his head towards the control panel. You want to do the honours when the time comes? Do I ever? Great, just drop in on Wednesday if you want to see the water lock at work. They say the canal crew will be here at 7:15. He cuts a fresh slice from his salami. Tutorial agent. The coast part of the map is inaccessible until the 3rd day. Right. Well, that answers that. Let's go to sleep, I guess. If we can. I'm not even sure we can. Do do do. Oh, you got anything to say, my dude? It's all about money, you know. Yeah, I do know that. Finder. Oh, there's a bottle of alcohol here. Take it. Take it. That give me nothing. Oh, was that tear? Was that just tear, I guess? How do I know how much tear I have? Here, hold it on. Okay, alright, anything to say, my dear?
Oh, hello, dear. I didn't notice you at first.
The water lock on the canal is broken, so your husband is probably just stuck on the other side of the coast. Oh my, what happened to the water lock? Probably just some technical problem. Well, whatever the cause, I'm thankful. You've spared me another sleepless night. Continue. Listen, sweetie, I hate to ask, but if your investigation happens to take you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye out for my husband. The quest for knowledge is never over. And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the water lock's been repaired, and it's cold out there. If I see him, I'll let him know you're here, when or if I get there. Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie. Still only 28%. Not going to do it. Too risky. Fine morale. You told Lena morale is missing because of the broken... Blah, 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 blah. Why was it... Did this have a... exclamation mark on it? Ah. A new one. Impossible. Formidable. Medium. A medium and it's 28%. You're kidding me, aren't you? Oh, you stuck-up dickhead. Anything? No. Let's go to bed. Let's get some sleep. Oh, you. Are you around? Nah. Probably not. You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up and smoke the living shit out of it. Am I a smoker? Who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, the gnome of Jeroma? You feel like a smoker, especially when you look at that juicy, succulent, seductive cigarette stub, still smolderingly deliciously. But she broke it at the filter. I can't smoke that. How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette, or better yet, an entire pack. Strike that. A carton. Make sure they're all healthy and able-bodied, then smoke them all. Yes, I should do that. I should enthusiastically do that. I should not do that. I'll make it priority one. Well, I'll think about it. Not interested in getting to smoking. Good. Thinking about yummy cigarettes in your mouth is the next best thing. Make sure you think about juicy sticks of tobacco all the time, though. It doesn't count if it's not all the time. And when you're done thinking about them, graduate to getting them. New tasks, find smokes and smoke them. Plus, smoking gives them smoking them gives massive bonuses. Well, shit. Oh, that's the reason I can't go through my door. It's not my door. This is my door. Anything? Tear bottles. Take all. Yay, give me them tear bottles. Thank God I'm such an alcoholic. One over here. Oh, I'm rich. Why can't I pick this one up? Huh? Is that another one? Can we do the mirror again? Have we actually finally ever done the mirror? 17%. No. No. Nope. Nope. Alright, so yeah, this flashes when I have tear, but I don't actually know where that is. It doesn't really show. I guess it's in the bag. I don't know how much tear I have. I want to know. Can we find anything outside here? Maybe in my drunken rampage I put some bottles outside? Nope, nothing. See her down there. What's going on? What's going on? Let's see if we can get some rest, some shut-eye. The bed is still cold from the broken window and not too inviting, but it's yours, you've earned it. Go to sleep. You go to sleep. And I am going to take a quick break because it's been a bit out and out. It's time to get up and move around, get some circulation in the old butt cheeks. I'll be right back. Alright, we back. So the bed is still cold from the wind blowing in from the broken window. The mattress creaks as you close your eyes and try your hardest to fall asleep. ... ellipsis. Limbic system.
Here we are again, my broken bud. The waves are coming, carrying you away. But you can't go. No, you have to stay always half aware of yourself. You're not cooperating, brother man.
Why?
It's your disgusting body. Even through your sleep, you feel a vague discomfort suffusing it. Your belly and your sides are unpleasantly tender. You wish you could curl up into a fetal ball of safety. But you cannot, because of the pain.
Logic. That pain in your right side is your enlarged liver, by the way. As for your kidneys, you've really been compounding the damage lately. Conceptualization. But this suffering, it must have some kind of meaning, a story that will come out of it, perhaps even a story that you will write yourself. These are my just desserts. I will endure this pain with dignity. Wait, wasn't this the express to fuck all borough? To fuck all borough? I'm an artist and liver damage is my art. I think I need medical attention. These are my just desserts. I will endure this pain with dignity.
There's no dignity here. Only reflections of your body mass. Flashes of the day. You keep coming back to yourself in the mirror. But why? To admire all your accomplishments? You're just stuck here, in the half-world. Could try looking at other people. Really looking. But why would you want to start doing that?
Just get me out of here then, back to the other place. I will. I'm looking at people all the time. I like them. Human beings will always betray you. Human beings will always betray you.
How many promises have you kept lately, Sir Harry? To the great see-through world. the tenderness.
Rama, thou art honourable and just, sire. 'Tis the snakes who are vile, hissing in the grass.
What do you think you're doing right now? Coming to some greater awareness? Look at all these lights, blinking in and out of existence. Thoughts. You're just pretending that you're asleep, even to yourself, while the world goes on without you.
Let it. Let it.
Let it.
But it never seems to let you go, does it? Time to rise and wipe that shining sweat off as best you can. Gather your bearings. Rock and roll.
Open your eyes. Oh, reality. It's still here. Okay, it's a new dawn, it's a new day. Let's see what's happening. Let's go see if we can cross the bridge. That seems to be the most logical next step, unless there's something greeting us down here. Of course there might be. Oh look, Kitsuragi's here. Oh, good morning. Horse-faced woman. The woman is an woman in an Arcean patrol officer's uniform winces as she notices you.
I would really prefer not to talk to you right now.
Hold on. You're a cop with the RCM. I'm on a murder investigation. Are you the cavalry? Hold on. You are a cop from the RCM?
Yes, I am.
I'm a cop too.
No.
Here's the real deal.
It's hard to tell whether he's sarcastic or sincere, but if you had to guess, you would say the lieutenant is being sarcastic. I'm on a murder investigation. Are you the cavalry?
I'm definitely not the cavalry.
Is everything alright? Why don't you want to talk to me?
I don't know. I mean, why would I want to talk to you?
She's still avoiding your gaze. Have I wronged you? I've done that to a lot of people. It's cool to see another cop. I thought Kim and I were the only ones. God, I don't know why. I'm just trying to do my best. Let's just do this by the book, okay? Why? I bring the word of the end to come. Have I wronged you? I've done that to a lot of people.
No, you haven't wronged me. It's okay.
She shakes her head and breathes out.
Okay, fine. Let's talk. What did you want?
What does one talk about with a fellow officer? So, what precinct are you from? What precinct? She just sighs. Man with sunglasses. Where's man with sunglasses? Is that him down there? Is this man with sunglasses? Fucking deranged lunatic. The sunglass wearing man pushes through his teeth. You're getting an intellectually unsatisfying vibe from this conversation. Maybe you're doing something wrong. You're the police, right? Cool, so am I. She looks around. I don't know what to say. Man with sunglasses. Don't say anything, Judith. Wait, is he police? Me? No, I'm just a man with sunglasses. I like wearing sunglasses inside. Sunglasses and a fucking wig. Logic. Okay. What are you, the police, doing here? I'm just looking out for... No one, the man looks at her. I'm just a man with sunglasses and you are? A policewoman? Yes, her voice is quiet. A policewoman who just wants to do her job, that's all, she says quietly and looks away. Composure. Something about the man with sunglasses and you, the energy between you two, is making her uncomfortable. Okay, goodbye. What the actual fuck is going on there? Kitsuragi, you're back, you nerd. Tell me about nothing, you seem to be fucker. We've got nothing to say, apparently. Man with sunglasses. Your ruffled face reflects in the man's sunglasses.
And I don't mean that as a metaphor.
You can't leave it like that. Spin it on its head. Engage caps lock. Okay, you look like shit, asshole. I don't look like shit. I know it's intentional. The last couple of days have been rough. Looks don't matter. It's what the inside of the end. I'm not going to get this cage. I look like a burning sun. What? Push it more. Harder. Be more intelligent. I mean the likeness of the holy sun in the sky. I look like it.
Come on, Jean. It looks like it's been a rough week on him.
The woman next to him sighs.
It's not just this week. What do you want?
He scans you from head to toe. Visual calculus. There's something about this guy that matches with a face in your head. A similar, but different face. He might be wearing a disguise. 28%. Good lord. Cool shades. Are you wearing disguise? Yes, it's a hobby of mine. He looks at you inquisitively. Rhetoric. As if waiting for some kind of reaction or response, something to click. It's not happening though. Who is this guy? Kim, who is this guy? No. He shakes his head. I'm not getting involved in this. Well, thanks, Kim. You suck. Got some questions for you. I'm a cop. About what? You don't look like a cop. He inspects you. You know what you look like? Prophet, revolutionary, a sack of shit, like Guillaume le Millon. I don't know, you tell me. Like a man down on his luck, I'm trying real hard. Like Guillaume le Millon? No, the man with sunglasses raises his fist. You will not start blabbering about that asshole. Now will you answer some questions for me? No, he says calmly, then just keeps staring at you. Why not? Because it's not my job. Why don't you go and fucking do yours and solve this damn hanging? Well, it's these dudes over here. If you don't want to answer questions, maybe you want to hear me say things. Actually, I don't want to hear you say things. Come on, Jean. Okay, say things. He adopts a lighter tone. I want to hear you say things. Suddenly, out of nowhere, case-related things start popping up in your head. Okay, I'm doing this investigation. A man is hanged. So, do you know who hanged him? Hey, why am I even... Not yet. Yeah, I can see that. Hey, why am I even telling you this? I don't know. Why are you? He gives you an odd look. Logically. It's like you felt it would be intellectually stimulating. Was that an attack? I didn't see what that said. What did it say? Looking at my stream on delay. Oh, it healed my morale. Okay. It's like you felt it would be intellectually stimulating and would lead somewhere. A custom event. Strange. Clearly my boss, right? Oh my god, there's more. He looks at you in disbelief. You want something more? What is it? Okay, then see you around. Watch out for yourself, loser. That voice, so very familiar. Did you hear it when calling to your station and reporting your badge missing? Yeah, wait. Your voice, I recognize it. Oh really? I wonder where. I lost my badge recently. When I called to report it missing, you were there. That's the where you remember me from? I have a bit of point-to-head memory trouble. You don't say. He turns away from you. Goodbye then. The voice thing was a coincidence. Run along, asshole. I'm the asshole? Probably. Am the asshole? Yes. Do I have to buy a... Okay, about my bill for tonight. Got 20 real. I have this giant novelty check. You must be kidding, right? Real funny. Why did that not work? Ah, fritter near the gates, lieutenants, that they'll exchange it for the novelty check. Let's go do that.
Oh, hello, dear.
Yeah, right, you've got nothing new to say, so what? Oh, we've got something over here. The tomatoes are so thinly sliced you can see through them. Oh, good work, my dude. Good work. Nothing new from him. These nerds are still here. Anything new? No. Anything new?
Looks like the circus left town.
Yeah, you said that. Yeah, definitely said that. That guy's still sitting there. Hasn't moved for a whole day now. Let's go see if we can exchange this novelty check. I had no idea that's how that was going to work. Let's go have a look at the fritter. The fritter. Hello, I would like to exchange a novelty check.
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything.
She puts down the magazine. I need to exchange this novelty check for cash. Oh wow, I didn't know you worked for the union, sir. She rolls up the giant novelty check, looks like she's seen it before, and slips it under the counter. Anything else I can do for you? No, you don't work for the union works for you by supplying you with cash. Blow the whole thing on speed and gin right now. Speed and gin. Great combo. Ask some local dealers maybe. Electrochemistry. Calm yourself. Calm yourself. Let's insert my bottles. I had 16 bottles. No, I get double because of Hobocop. Your bottles clunk into the machine and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now. Yeah, well, not by much, but we've actually got enough for another 2 nights, which is good to know. Let's try not to spend our money during the day. And I don't want to spend my 20 euros, or 20 whatever they are, at the hotel in case something else comes up and I don't need to spend that. Is that a person? No, that's just something. Hang on, we've got something here. Kupri Kanima, in the morning light, the white and blue livery on the police livery on the motor carriage cannot but catch your eye. Wait, why am I even thinking about this? Wasn't I supposed to do something important? Something murder related? There's always something important. Doesn't mean you can't take a moment to admire this piece of machinery. This is a Kupri Kanima, the Kupri Motor Corps follow-up to their highly successful workhorse Kupri's 40, and the answer to the alum racing bred Fevre series. With its air-cooled, rear-mounted 12-cylinder compression ignition engine driving the rear wheels through a 4-speed manual gearbox, the Kanima is able to reach 100 kilometers per hour in 13.5 seconds and go to a top speed of 180 kilometers an hour. Won't it roll over in the first sharp corner? The high center of balance is offset by a large battery bank mounted at the bottom of the cabin, feeding all the auxiliary systems and making the Kanima effectively a mobile power plant. This tech talk is really rubbing me the right way here. Due to a quite steep price tag, it is very unusual to see one in police livery. That machine really puts the loco back in locomotion. Very cool. I don't like your machine, Lieutenant. Looks impractical. A motor carriage, one of many. How am I? Am I roll? I don't care. A motor carriage, one of many. The Lieutenant huffs. No point in stopping then. I'd still like to take a closer look, so I'll go ahead. What's it pack in there? 130. What the hell does that mean? Advancement of the KR-18GU engine of the Kupri 40, to be precise. It must be an advancement of the KR-18GU engine on the older 40 models, am I right? Yeah, you know it? The Lieutenant seems surprised. Just the basics, cast iron blocks, swirl chamber injection, dual chains. No, I wish I did. Okay, the Lieutenant nods too. That's confusing. Can we get back to business now? A fine machine. Yes, there's gentleness in the Lieutenant's voice as his eyes run over the vehicle's contours. An extraordinary machine. It's nice and all, but why so modest? Put some zing in it. Flare it up. Slam it down. Helium headlights would improve the range and quality of the visual field a lot. Ever thought about switching to helium headlights? Actually, I have a pair at home, just haven't gotten around to fitting them yet. I need to lay some wiring for the ballasts first. If we ever get this case solved, maybe we can do it together. Maybe, he replies with an apologetic smile and nods. Yes, definitely maybe. And means no. Okay, let's move. Alright, so I needed to check something. Inside you see a set of... Okay, a radio microphone... Was it the radio I need to do? This is Precinct 57. The operator greets you through the static. How may I assist you? Could you run a serial number from a pair of armoured boots for me? Sure, officer. What's the number and the make of the armour, if you know it? E50 100 1000. The make and model of the armour is Fairweather T500 VE. Got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully they'll have dug up something useful by then. The International Collaboration Police, ICP, is an inter-isolary law enforcement service, the crown jewel in the moral lantern diadem alongside EPIS and the coalition government. So this will be tomorrow. Let's talk to the... No, nothing to say there. Tap on the fuel preheater gauge. As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector, indicate the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch labelled heat. Kitsuragi, now, that's enough fun with the foldable headlights. I know they're mesmerising, they're also fragile. I'm not going to turn it on for you again. Okay, we're done. We done. So, we've run the... Okay, call us back in a day for info in the armour. Alright, that'll have to be tomorrow, Thursday. I think everything we're looking to do is now in the south. Let's do a quick save. Nice. I don't know why I'm keeping so many saves. It is my way though. Alright, let's go see if this has been repaired. Look at these fucking layabouts. Oh, there's something to check here. Fingerless gloves. So what gloves have I got at the moment? Plus half light. Or I could have plus electrochemistry. What have I got? So let's see. Where's electrochemistry is already 4 and half light. I cannot find it. There, 3. And 3's just from items anyway. Love and be loved by drugs. Threaten people. No, alright, well, I'm not threatening people. I'll take drugs over threatening people. Let's... How do I put them on? There we go. Done. Done. Don't need that just yet. Alright, cool. And there's a box over here. Plastic tear. Okay. Can't talk to these nerds. Let the police flip the switch. Let's do it. Let's pull the lever again. Gained experience. You grab the handle and pull the lever up. As soon as the metal connects against the contact pins, you hear a loud clunk. Then the water lock starts moving. Take that, artificial progress blocker game. Continue. Kitsuragi. Okay, the lieutenant looks across the canal. If we ever need to get to the coast, then this is the way. But please, contain your wanderlust for now. I don't want us to get sidetracked, not with everything that's going on. What do you mean? What do you... Didn't even realise I had alcohol. There you go. So, but that... Hang on. Alright. Questions have to be asked here. That, we don't know that. Can't find a way into that. That's calling back in a day. Asking people. That's some point in the long distance future possibly. We're trying to find Morel. Don't know have anything for him. Yeah, I still need to try and find that. This is... Now I can do this. Joyce didn't have anything on the lynching. Little girl in the fishing village down the coast who knows something about the armored gloves. So definitely this is worth heading towards because the radio relay hums with electricity. Because the armored gloves are important to the case. So what are you talking about, Kitsuragi? Why can we climb up here? Oh, we can go through here. What's all this? Sign says no entry. Someone scribbled an inverted star on it. Traffic beyond the gate. More abandoned motor lorries. Oh, empathy and logic. Sunnies. I've got visual calculus but less drama. Or I could have more empathy and logic. I wouldn't mind more empathy, to be honest. But less logic, I think, is what it was. Logic's one of my main things, so I don't really want to do that. +1 morale. Excellent. I'll take it. Why could I come over here? No real reason. Explore everything. Someone has broken down the fence and the barbed wire. Oh, we've got coins. Let's pick up all these coins. The wind is corralled by the 4-story buildings around this yard. swing is missing. No one's been here for a long time. Glory, says the graffito, to the ghosts of us. Oh, give me the money. Give me the money. More morale, that's good. I'll take it. Who wouldn't? Someone's left their music collection beneath the tarpaulin. Wow. The smallest church in Sanson. Oh, we definitely need to look at that. Tape you found from a shack on the coast. The A-side has smallest church in Sanson written on it, while the B-side is supposed to contain the instrumental version, requires a boombox to play. There's no way to listen to the tape without a working tape player or porter reel at hand. A pawn shop would have a tape player. But that's like, get hold of a sad song on tape. You need to find a sufficiently tragic tape, then play it on a boombox to memorize the lyrics, then ask the cafeteria manager to perform. So, okay, I've got the tape now. Why does that not move on? What was this? Birds in the birch tree, barely audible coos come from above. Oh yeah, look at all the birds. Look at them all. Can I just go through here? No. Gotta go all the way around. Would you get off my ass, Kitsuragi? Creaking ahead, a broken axle grinding. Oh, I'm doing the edges first. There's a boat tucked away underneath the tarpaulin cover. Great news, the boat is big enough for a grown man like you to fit underneath it in supine position. Wait, what would I be doing under there? Sleeping. Was it not decided that you're a hobo cop? More hobo than cop? Or was that fine irony that your visual cortex somehow misunderstood? Oh no, he's pretty much a bum now. Great news, I found somewhere new to sleep. Huh? I said great news, I found somewhere to sleep. Under this boat here, it'll be free. I can pretty much finish the case from under that boat there. It's dry, weatherproof, and free of charge. I'm going to live under a boat now. Self-pity is not what we need at this moment, officer. I understand the situation looks grim, but we must continue with our investigation. You have a home somewhere, all cops do. When this is done, you can return. Can I not sleep? Well, let's go see if I can sleep there. Oh, that was an internal thing. Really? The single chair. You see a dark red chair in the dim light of the room. A cold breeze is enough to make the wall planks creak. Postcard, Coal City 08. +2 drama, bow tie. Inland Empire or drama? I'll take the drama, why not? Gotta have a bow tie. And a postcard. This postcard depicts a forest of smokestacks releasing fat plumes of smoke into blue cloudless sky. The tinge of age, the colour of old teeth, gives it a sickly look. Written on the back is a single sentence, repeated twice. I got out, no addressee. I have escaped. What is the point of that interior? I ask you? What is the point of it? Through the broken glass, dusty shelves, and a forgotten chair. Which we've already know that, so let's see. I must be here now. There's all of this to look at. I think... Oh, we've got some... We'll just keep going around the edges, I guess. What do we got here? Cinder blocks charred, a makeshift fire pit with magazines for lighting. The bushes are too thick and thorny to pass through. Oh, okay, fair enough. And I am a little thorny. The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting. The lieutenant looks down the street. We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go. You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is gone. Ah, fascinating. So let's go talk to the... Oh, I can't get past any of them? Oh, that's a bit rough, isn't it? You see dust-covered linens, dried tulips on a bed. Let's have a look at all this. Really? Why is there no way through there? It was fine. Come on. What's going on, yellow? Footprints in the snow. They lead away from the accident. What accident? Seems like the walker was either very confused or drunk out of his mind. What are you talking about? Ah, there we go. There's the accident. The ice just off the coast crackles shifting. Sunken motor carriage. A banged up motor carriage lies half submerged in the icy water, slowly sinking into the insular Indian Ocean. Only the cabin top, rear wheels and the engine remain visible. Remember the tyre tracks in Martinez? This is where they were leading. This is where the tracks on the plaza were leading to. It appears to be so. The lieutenant has a peculiar look in his eyes as he inspects the wreckage. Let's investigate. Find the traffic hooligan. I agree, the lieutenant replies. His eyes never leave the sunken vehicle. We should definitely investigate. Run your hand over the cold metal. The motor carriage is properly stuck in the ice. Getting it out would require a team of specialists. Interfacing. A single day in the salty seawater would ruin most vehicles, but this one looks worn even in places the salt water hasn't touched. What is the make of this MC? Can I see a logo? The logo is too deep in the murky water, you can't make it out, but you do see a monkfish float by. Oh, that's useful. How long has it been here? The ice hasn't closed around the vehicle yet. He leans forward to peek into the cold water. My guess it's been here since last Saturday or Sunday. The estimate is correct. The incident probably occurred on Sunday evening. Well, well, well. Looks like Jacob Ear's journey came to an abrupt end here. Your mocking tone finds no response but the motion of the waves. Did you say something, Lieutenant? Yes, yes, rub your chin. Crazy recklessness. Yet another case of the engine displacement triumphing over the driver's IQ. Enough gloating. This is serious. Let's see. Yes, yes, rub your chin. Crazy recklessness. Yes, yes, crazy recklessness, the Lieutenant glances at you. I'd say it's been here since last Saturday or Sunday. What should we do? Let's wait for the low tide and see what's inside. Great idea. Then we can get the things inside. The joyrider must have left something good inside. Guns, papers, maybe a cool jacket. A joyrider jacket. How long will it take for the low tide to come in? I don't know. An hour or two tops. Sit on the swing and wait for the tide to recede. Recede. As you sit down in the old rusty playground, the world around you becomes very silent. The hinges creak under your weight, dangerously so. Nothing but the sound of seagulls high above in the sky, echoing like distant laughter. Ice cracks around the blue motor carriage in the sea. Let's try whistling a tune. Boom. The tune in your lips form a strange yet undeniably beautiful contrast with the surrounding bleakness. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance, then, still looking straight ahead, he joins you with a higher pitched and slightly more melodic trill. Two birds on a wire whistling by the seaside, looking at the water, and a sunken car. Shivers. The wind blows. In the distance behind the church, some vagrants are having an argument over a bag of tear they found in the reeds. Further away, a flock of seagulls lands. The clouds pass in the sky and the shadow of the swing moves like the hour hand on a timepiece. 30 minutes have passed. Looks like this might take a while. Time to present a good topic for discussion. The tide is sure taking its sweet time. I believe it's following a pattern set millions of years ago by cosmic forces, but I suppose it could move quicker, yes. Clouds on the horizon grow darker and the shadow of the swing set keeps climbing. You hear the distance rumble of the city. 30 minutes pass. If you have to side with either the strikers or the shipping company, who would you choose? Do you think I'll ever find my gun? Man, this is taking a long time. You have to side with the strikers. Luckily, I'm already a member of an independent organisation and therefore do not have to choose between a rock and a hard place. I guess that's just your way of saying you'd side with the company. Your voice echoes in the water, strange and out of place in the environment. 30 more minutes pass. Can you make out the mark now? Squint your eyes and say, is that a number on the side? Can you make out the mark now? Detective, I've been able to make out the mark ever since we arrived. I find it odd that you haven't. It's a Cupri Model 40. His eyes turn to you. Oh, I'm busted! Interfacing. Yes, why haven't you? It's a simple and rugged machine favoured by working men, government officers. He pauses to think. Firefighters, animal control people, you know, those kinds of people. Squint your eyes and say, is that a number on the side? Yes, 41. What do you think it stands for? It's as if he knows what it stands for, but wants you to say it. It's pedagogical. Does he know something about the driver of this vehicle? 41 is his rank in the underground street racing hierarchy. Small fish, this one. Must be Tommy 41, the morning host of FM 41. Looks like the factory made a mistake and accidentally called this one Cupri 41. Stupid factory. I hate guessing. District something, a precinct, something municipal. Rub your temples, you're getting a horrible headache. Oh god, no. Doing this one. A precinct, yes, he tilts his head and continues a soft voice. A police precinct. Precinct 41. Your precinct. Oh my god, it's my car. A massive pit opens up in your stomach and the most terrible feeling comes over you. Nope, just nope. Say no to this, Harry. No. Yes, your car is in the sea. Face it so we can start dealing with this. No, I mean seriously, it's just a coincidence. The lieutenant just shakes his head. Oh my god, it's mine. I drove my car into the sea. I am a disaster. I'm afraid so, yes. It looks like you started in front of the whirling, jumped over the canal, and then drove your vehicle in the sea right here. Maybe I was in the pursuit of someone? How did we get it out? How do we get it out? I can still fix it. They're not going to take me back after this, are they? The badge, the gun, and now this? Things were going so well, we were just whistling merrily. Well, at least I can see what's in there now. The badge, the gun, and now this. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and doesn't say anything. Maybe I was in the pursuit of someone. Of whom? The lieutenant looks skeptical. I don't think so. If anything, you were probably drunk. Probably? Try definitely. How do we get it out? Detective, he says almost gently, we don't. A rescue operation really isn't viable at this point. It's sunken too deep, there's no access ramp to the coast. So it's just gonna be there like that? I'm afraid it will have to be there like that for many years. He looks around. Look at it. Parts of it might be salvageable, but overall this machine is a write-off. I can still fix it. That is very unlikely, the lieutenant replies with a sigh. All the electrics are toast. That goes for the electromagnetic steering and brake systems as well. You'd be lucky to find one undamaged component in there. He shakes his head. In a few months there will be nothing but rust left of this vehicle. It will be cheaper to buy a new one. Well, not cheaper. This motor carriage costs 40,000 real. But in the long run, it still makes more sense to buy a new machine than try to refurbish this. I couldn't even pay a hostel bill. Let's face it, this is a substantial loss to your district's budget. He's avoiding your gaze now. I mean, my station only has 4 other vehicles in addition to my Kinema. Logic, this was 20% of the station's vehicular budget? They're not going to take me back after this, are they? People are more valuable than machines. He's trying to cheer you up now. Training a police officer is even more costly. Things were going so well. We were just whistling merrily. You can still whistle, the lieutenant says with a smile. Besides, the night is always darkest before the dawn. Well, at least I can see what's in there now. Find the traffic hooligan. Yes, let's go take a look. Go to your inventory and interact with the item by clicking the Interact tab and then Interact. Oh. Thought complete. Aces low. Empathy with Kitsuragi. For the rest of the world, the Aces low is just some cool Revachol thing, politically neutral. In Revachol, it still holds revolutionary connotations. Also, have you looked at Lieutenant Kitsuragi's clothes? He wears a bomber jacket, just like the ones worn by aerostatic brigades. And those cargo pants look like they could fit tools for hot-fixing your burning aerostatic. You should ask him about this. +2 empathy towards Kim Kitsuragi, +1 esprit de corps, the roots of the RCM. Excellent. I don't want to use a skill point for this anymore, unless I can think of, rigorous self-critique, Mazovian socioeconomics, Kingdom of Conscience. White Morning. Apricot chewing gum scented one. Do I want to do that one? That sounds interesting. This is the ex-wife or something. You know what? Why not? Let's unlock it. Let's unlock it. And internalize that one. In 5 hours, we'll know more about shit. So what item am I supposed to interact with? I didn't get an item. This was only because I had a level up, but I've used it. So there. Okay, there we go. This maybe. Banged up fuel canister. Wait, why is this now? No, I can't interact with that. So I've got nothing new that's interact. Why did it tell me I had to interact with something? Tourist map of Martinez. The worn map features a patchwork of the streets of Martinez. Direction from the tourist area. Trace a path through the grid. Your finger moves through the various streets across Rue de Saint-Ghislain and Rue Saint-Cispar, over Saint Brune and Martinez North. Finally coming to a halt on the spot where you are currently standing, although the map gives no such indication itself. For a more detailed view of the map, go to your journal and then map tab. Yeah, well that's what I thought. Maybe this was gonna give me something new? No? Nothing new? Nothing? Nothing at least showing me where I am? Come on, let's get round here. What have we got here? It's my badge! Harry Dubois! Harry of Wood. And a +2 clothes. So what have I got on my jacket? Esprit de corps and shivers. And then this will be esprit de corps and visual calculus. That seems like more what I'm trying to be, seeing as I'm an intellectual. I'll take it. I'll take it. And we've also got an interact now. Here's my card. Thick blue piece of acrylic covering a thin leaf of paper with the officer's name and rank on it. Next to the writing, you see a man stare back at you, a younger version of you, already disintegrating inside, but still presentable on the outside. Badge, Lieutenant 2 JFR Dubois, a police badge on which you see the photo of a man, you. Some seaweed is stuck to the badge. I found my badge. At least something good came out of all of this. Lieutenant glances at the badge in your hands. Study the badge. Encased between two durable plastic sheets is a bluish card with lines of information. A watermark in the shape of the street grid of Revachol West. Just need some more water. Bear with me, programs. Continue. You see a photo, a name, a rank, a document number, and a date of issue. And in the lower right corner, your precinct. Look at the photo. The man keeps winking at you with his green-grey eyes. The photo is old, no doubt about that. But the badge is new. You used an old photo for a new badge. How old? 8, maybe 10 years. The guy in the picture is rather good looking. He's got a nice haircut and is distinctly lacking in massive sideburns. And he's winking. Why? Why do you think? His face is already contorted by the expression, although it looks less grotesque on him than it does on you now. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information on it and a shining watermark. Name, Harrier Dubois. Harrier, that's long for Harry, so you are Harry, he thinks. Everett was half right. Probably not a lot of people know your full name. Whoever told him you're Harry Dubois didn't. What? Whoever told you you're Harry Dubois didn't. Probably not a lot of people know your full name. I guess Harry Dubois didn't know his full name. Wait, what kind of name is Harrier? It's a wartime name, revolutionary, the kind mothers give their sons during troubled times, like Undying or Boxer or Ironhide. A name like armor. But I don't want to be Harrier Dubois. Why? It's a cool name. I like it. He shrugs. Besides, you're Harry anyway. No one's ever called Harrier. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching a light. Rank, Lieutenant 2 JFR. Lieutenant Double Yefretor. What is a Lieutenant Double Yefretor? The lieutenant is a rank above sergeant and below captain. It's the highest rank in the RCM that still does field work. I am a lieutenant. And double Euphrator? Title of Euphrator is added to your rank when you decline a promotion to a higher rank, in your case captain, the lieutenant explains. You have declined twice, thus you're double Euphrator. Declined? There are many reasons one would do this. The rank above you in your precinct's decomptage might be taken, or sometimes promoted officers do not want to replace their superiors out of respect. And sometimes, he continues, they just prefer the type of police work available to their current rank, in your case, lieutenant. What's a decomptage? Decomptage is the hierarchical system employed by the Revachol Citizens Militia. It means counting down to twos. Encyclopedia. The countdown is modelled after the dual leadership system employed by the left during the Revolution, which in turn was developed by last century experimental psychologists in the University of Königstein. The lowest rank is junior officer, usually teenagers. Then there are patrol officers, then sergeants, lieutenants, and then a captain. That's basically it, except for a few kinks. What kinks? Kinks like satellite officers and the additional Euphrator rank I already explained. Wait, satellite officers? You are given the title of satellite officer if your partner is quickly promoted through the ranks and you rise with him. You don't seem to be a satellite. So you've been putting up with all my bullshit because I'm your superior? No, I've been putting up with you because despite an unconventional approach, you're doing good police work. It matters more than driving your motor carriage into the sea, he smiles encouragingly, and now we've even found your badge. He trusts you, for now. Try not to spoil it. I thought my rank was drunk. Yes, apparently you've had a rather successful career in the past, and, he pauses to examine you, this leads me to believe maybe your current situation is only temporary. I'm afraid there are no ex-alcoholics. People who have been through worse and gotten back to their feet. Lieutenant W. Freitor, he says with a reassuring little smile. Turn back to the document. Serial, Rev 126205 Jam 41. That's just the serial number, Revachol Jamrock Precinct 41 with some numbers thrown in there for good measure. The numbers are not there for good measure, they have an administrative purpose, one that's unfortunately been erased from your memory. It's probably date of starting or something? Maybe not. Birth date maybe. Date of issue 7th of November 50. 4 months ago. I'm guessing that's when you were promoted to the rank of Lieutenant W. Freitor. A new badge usually comes with a new rank. You seem to have been doing well then. Electrochemistry. The case created a lot of edge you have to take off. The death march really gets us going. Logic. You're pretty sure you weren't doing well, but better. Probably? Yes. Precinct 41? Yes, it's the designation of your precinct. 41, like mine says 57. The 57th is mostly industrial harbour, a lot of asphalt. The 41 is... He stops. What? It's a tough station to work in. You have all of Jamrock to cover. That district should have 3 precincts, but money is what it is. But then again, a faint smile, it's a legendary district, and a hell of a station too. It must be an honour and a curse to work with people like Price, McCoy, Berdyaeva, Roberts, Feuerbach, Dmitri, suddenly names from your decomptage flash in your forebrain. Alright, put the badge away. Let's see. We found the traffic hooligan. And, well, where's my... Didn't I have find badge as well? Did that not tick over? Maybe it's because it's very old? Track down your badge. Nice. Done. Anything else? No? Got anything to say about this? No, you don't? Let's go see what this is over here. Empty bottle. I wonder who put that there. A drained bottle of all its booze. It's frozen to the ice. This is it, the scene of the party. The fire pit, cigarettes, and empty bottles, all evidence of it. Hold up, don't you mean the scene of the crime? Not as such, I'm talking about what came after, the party scene. Yeah, sure does look like a lot of folks partied here. Looks like they were here a while, judging from all the bottles. The sunken motor carriage provided them a focal point, like a goose eye sculpture or a chocolate fountain. Hey Kim, looks like we've had a couple of partygoers here. Looks like it. Looks like they had a great time laughing here. This is some kind of theatre to them, a circus production by a great clown. Was this party against the law on the ice like this? It was probably a public day. This was some kind of theatre to them, a circus production by a great clown. Lieutenant adjusts his glasses and nods. Hey, let's keep moving, detective. Oh, you're no fun, Kim. Okay, so where am I? That was here. Then we need to come and have a look over here. We've now got our badge, so that means I can go talk to Nerdface over here, because it says something about if I find my badge, she'll answer my questions about something. The underside of the boat has recently been tarred. Of course it has. Why wouldn't it have been? No, we have to go up and around, apparently. A wetting stone well worn and covered in rust. White curtains have been drawn shut, no looking in. Construction material, whoever planned to build this house left in a hurry. Suliram. Street sign is illegible below the graffito. Talk to the kids. I can talk to the old woman. Let's just see what all this shit is first. Hard to see the details. The colours, all warm and welcoming, are cozy though. Flower trough where nothing really grows. I'm looking for someone. Is this the girl that might have the armor thing? What are these doing in the fish? What do you mean? What are these? This boat is floating freely in the water, unmoored. Are you the woman who had the armor?
Aye, officer.
A woman in a raincoat stands on the quay, considering an overturned boat. A sword in a scabbard hangs from her hip.
Anything I can help you with?
Well, that depends. Where are we exactly?
Fishing village on the seashore. This place doesn't really have a name. It's sometimes called Elisable.
He looks around. Why?
The sign on the street leading here is illegible. Has been since they built this place.
The wind rattles her earrings. She has fishhooks in her ears. I have questions. The first is, what's your
The
name?
name is Lillian. People call me Netpicker. I think I have time for questions, and that was actually the second one.
She gestures towards the fishnets. Indeed, you're always confused as to your whereabouts. Let's see. I'm looking for someone, maybe you can help. Let's see, she tilts her head ever so slightly. Who are you looking for? I'm looking for a missing cryptozoologists. Ugh, she frowns, thinking, I don't think I know what these are. Care to elaborate? People who look for imaginary animals, people who look for animals who are hard to find, people who look for animals mainstream scientists deny exist. People who look for imaginary animals. Aha, she exclaims, like snowmen. Snowmen? I haven't heard about those. Two odd guys have been wandering around here, nose in sand, talking nonsense about snowmen and the like. Wait, the like? Right, she nods. Not only snowmen, also green men, monkey men, burning rhinos, you get the picture. Oh, you're getting it, and it is gorgeous. Where did they go? I don't really know. Further down the peninsula, I guess. I mean, that's where they were headed. She points north. Who else are you looking for besides snowmen? That's it. I'm not looking for anyone else right now. Well, how can I assist you then, officer? I was asked to get your signature. Hand her Everett's envelope. Where are you? Her eyes dart back and forth on the paper. This says by signing I agree to living with construction noise. What exactly is the union building? Everett's planning to turn some of the village into a youth centre. What's a nice idea? Wouldn't have thought of that. Her voice trails off. She sounds incredulous about the niceness of the idea. Thought what exactly? That Everett and the union have nice plans for anything. I thought they only cared about themselves. She shakes her head. Well, I guess union members have children too. And those members have a vote when electing the head of the local chapter. Here, use my pen. He has a pen and everything. She takes it from you, a doubtful look in her eyes, clicks it and places the tip on the paper. She gives the document one more look, then shakes her head, signs it and hands it back to you. Here you go. Wait, why did you sign it? I shouldn't have? I looked at the documents and no, you shouldn't have. No, it's a youth centre. Why shouldn't you? That's what I asked you. She tilts her head. It's a youth centre and I have children. Got to give them something else to do. They're cute and small now, but they're growing up fast. I had my first drink when I was 11 because I was so bored. Anyhow, you also need Isabel's signature. If it's a bad idea, she won't sign. You'll find she's a tougher nut to crack than me. Sound logic, division of labour. She leaves the skepticism to the skeptic. What do you do around here? Like I said, fish mostly. Sail the waves, take care of the kids. Pick nets. Right now, I'm tarring a little skiff. What else? I sell the fish to people in the Delta to serve at their fancy restaurants, authentic Insulindian cuisine. Is that enough to make a living? Sometimes I also walk the beach to see what the sea has given up. The sea is full of surprises. Keep it professional, man. Don't make it sound like you're hitting on her. Interesting. What have you found? Wood, pieces of glass. Every once in a while we see dead bodies, human, animal, fish, other odd sea creatures. A mine washed ashore once. She looks at the beach and continues. Bottles, drugs also, lost cargo in general, but most of the time it's just wood and glass. Alright, major choice moment. You only get to ask one thing. It would be weird to say them all. Choose wisely. I need to know about those human bodies. A mine? The RCM could use a mine. Where is it? Drugs? I need info on this. Major narc? Point to yourself. This place looks bad. Why don't you leave? Okay, enough about this place. I thought I was asking about fucking armor. I need to know about those human bodies. Well, you're barking onto the wrong tree then, officer. She shakes her head. I have no interest in floaters. Seen enough of them in my life already. A very unattractive bunch. Okay, well that sucked. Nice sword. Pointing at the saber at the hip. Did it come with a story? Unfortunately, the factory sold this one with a 3-year warranty instead of a story. She smiles at her own joke. It's to intimidate folks, mostly. It is imposing. It's a regular mass-produced... I can't even see a sword on her. It's a regular mass-produced sword, like a shovel or an axe. Nothing fancy, just for intimidation. Why do you need intimidation tactics? From time to time, people need a lesson in respect. That's just the way it is. Back in the day, I caught the eyes of many men, and believe me, she adds, tittering, men need a lesson in manners from time to time. Why don't more women arm themselves if it's so effective? What makes you think we haven't? She smiles. The truth is that almost everyone in this life is scarred and tired and stupid and too dull for that. That goes for men too, but they put on an act for us, pretend like everything's good and living in shit doesn't bother them. Like anyone falls for that. Behold! Point to the expression on your face. I'm a proper man, believe me. True, most people I've met are scared. Scarred. Is that scarred or scared? I think it's scarred. Oh, I've got to do the expression, right? Behold! Her eyes meet yours and suddenly she starts laughing. It's Hortz, as if she hadn't laughed in a while. Do you like it? Sure, her face straightens. It looks as if you could face down any horror in the world with the same unchanging grin. It's like a shield. Perception. The traces of her laughter are still there, in her eyes fading fast. So where are all the men now? Some went to patch their wounds, their lessons learned, others were more thick-headed. She looks down, and one of them I ended up marrying. Wait, why? If they're thick-headed, guess I enjoyed the way he bled. Her expression doesn't change. It's hard to say if it's a joke. If it is, then why the melancholy? Where is your husband now? Gone. Gone where? Gone. Coward! I would never leave anyone. He disappeared. Sounds like a missing person case. It absolutely does not, the lieutenant quietly interjects. We are not going to look for him. No, there's nothing to find. He's dead, lost to the waves. Oh. Say no more, wait for her to continue. He didn't respect the sea, went out there drunk like a skunk, and sure enough one day the boat was found floating empty. The bloated corpse turned up 2 weeks later. Now before you tell me how sorry you are for my loss, know that it was 4 years ago and I've moved on. There's only so much mourning you can do for a drunk with sinewy muscles. You really like those muscles though, it's in the way she pronounces sinewy. Death is nothing, I shit on death. You should have thrown yourself in the waves after him, not sagely. Time really is the best cure for sorrow, isn't it? It's healthy to let it go and move on. Got to keep the wheels spinning. Yeah, death is nothing. I shit on death. I don't, but us working folk don't have the luxury to be bedsick with melancholy. She crosses her arms. I buried him, mourned for an appropriate amount of time, and went on. She glances at the village where 2 little kids are playing with what looks like rocks. Life didn't really change that much for me and the kids. This is neither a touchy nor a very interesting topic for her. It looks like she's ready to go on a date with another better drunk. Ask her. Both of you could need some action. Yeah, no. No, and it's 3%. I don't think so. So I take it that's your skiff. Point at the overturned boat. Sure is. The sun, I call her, coated with a fresh layer of tar just yesterday, and it'll take some time for it to dry, assuming the sunny days continue. Sunny days? Catch a snowflake in your palm? Aye, she looks at the snow melt in the water. Sunny days. You got a problem with that? No, ma'am, we have no quarrel with sunny days. Good. It would have been bad news had it turned out it wasn't a sunny day. Bad news for the skiff, bad news for the nets, bad news for the kids. There's a moment's silence. She looks at the slushy snow melt on the yellow belly of the boat. When do you think the boat will be ready? In time, she replies with nod and adds. When the sea turns and the winds settle, she will be ready. Shivers. Waves wash the sand. A skiff moves across the mirror-smooth sea far away from here. A lone passenger. A fast sloop in the distance. White sails. My prediction? It will be at least 2 days. Okay, excellent. Be seeing you. So, that wasn't the person who has the... Okay, we've got our... Oh, we've got a white envelope. Okay, it's already got the signature. Good stuff. So it said something about talking to someone down the coast. Here. Oh, let's call Alice back. Not that. Looking for him. Truth with Kuno. Smokes. Man from Heimdall book. Don't have any of those. Search for the malignant entity. That's 9 PM. Joyce. So this is where it said, whatever the case you need to know, you present her with your badge. So I've got my badge now. I can go back to her. Ask the little girl in the fishing village down the coast who knows something about the armored gloves. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to leave it there. It's actually difficult to constantly read. It's been 2 hours. Any more than that, my throat's going to go. And I usually only do a couple of hours anyway, so that all works out very nicely. So I hope you're enjoying the return of Disco Elysium. It's an absolutely batshit crazy, amazing game. I'm looking forward to getting further into it over the next few days. So hopefully you can join me for that as well. Until now, au revoir, goodbye.